May 22nd, 2011. The infamous day of the Joplin EF5 tornado. And there was a slight risk across Texas all the way up to upper Minnesota looked like. And if you look, a 15% chance of tornadoes was in store from Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri. But mainly over St. Louis was in that. But they never monitored it. But Joplin was in the 10%. They didn't think much about it until it got closer and closer. That day was the most infamous tornado. An EF3 and also an EF3 tornado touched down, causing 4 injuries and 0 fatalities in Oklahoma and then entering Arkansas. And then the Joplin tornado, the first ever, the EF5. Another EF5. It started forming around, it caused over 158 fatalities and 1,150 injuries, causing over, I think, $2 or $3 billion in damages. And you can look. It was super intense that day. It was in a very intense day. People in Joplin, Missouri have never seen a tornado this crazy, and they never expected it at all. It was just a normal day until Joplin was hit by a major EF5 with a path length of over almost 22 miles, with fatalities over 158, with over 1,150 injuries. It says, this is the beginning of the EF5 that impacted a large portion of the city of Joplin. This tornado started in a very extreme northern portions of Newton County, initially touching down 1/2 mile southwest of the intersection of JJ Highway and Newton Road in Newton County. It says several large trees were toppled before the tornado crossed into Jasper County, and portions of South Joplin. National Weather Service survey teams rated the tornado that tracked over southwest and through the east central portion of Joplin, Missouri, as an EF5 tornado. Maximum winds were estimated to exceed over 200 miles per hour. The tornado had a maximum wide of 1 mile, overall path of 21.6 miles, near 9 miles, which occurred. The tornado killed 158 directly, 3 indirectly, and injured over 1,150 people. Sadly, on May 22nd. On May 24th, my bad, not May 22nd. Sadly, on May 24th, a police officer was veteran from another department was struck by lightning while serving in the response to efforts and later passed away. Equally, a 56-year-old man who had included a direct fatality was later to have died from a heart attack. And the tornado was an EF5 of greater than 200 miles per hour. It set several thousand homes, and were severely damaged or destroyed, and another 900 damaged, or another subdivision. I can't pronounce that right. Anyway, buildings damaged including the Joplin High School, Technical Center, along with 5 other schools, including numerous retailers, including Home Depot, Sports Academy, Dillon's, and Walmart were also destroyed, impacted by the tornado. This was actually the worst tornado to ever strike Joplin. After that, when that tornado dissipated, an EF2 tornado struck, causing 14 miles. It said the National Weather Service Storm Survey team demanded that an EF2 tornado touched down 5 miles east-northeast of Diamond, Missouri. It remained on the ground for approximately 17 miles and then was in Newton County before it crossed into Lawrence County, over 120 miles per hour. It said there was numerous trees uprooted, and then EF1 damage, as an EF1 just north of Douglas for a road, and along Lawrence County Avenue. And then another one, south of Springfield, Missouri. Tornado damage was EF0 damage and was indicated at this point. But then after that, it strengthened to an EF2. And after that, another EF2 struck. It was pretty crazy. And then we saw another one, EF2, and then we saw another EF2. That another one caused over 12 injuries. And then after that day, it's been pretty crazy ever since. Then we had an EF1 tornado that struck north of Indianapolis. So it was causing EF1 damage just near a small town very north of Indianapolis. Very north. And so, yeah. Michigan did not see, I don't think, any tornadoes that day. Did not see any. But we had a few tornadoes that touched down. We had an EF2 tornado just about not that far from Cedar Rapids. We had Iowa and Minnesota EF2 causing over 3 injuries, then strengthening to an EF0 to EF1, and then instantly. Then we had an EF2 tornado that struck across the region. I do not know what river this is. I do not know. It doesn't say. After that, a long track EF1 struck, hitting the town of Sparta. And after that, a whole 64-mile EF2 tornado struck. Over mobile homes were destroyed. And it said damage estimates for the tornado are just over $500,000. This tornado estimated to $4.4 million at the tornado moved out of Juneau County at 6:01 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And then after that, it says over 1 injury was reported. Thankfully, there was no fatalities. And then we had a confirmed EF1 that went towards the area of Minneapolis, causing over 1 fatality and 48 injuries. It said a strong EF1 tornado touched down approximately 3.4 of a mile southwest of the intersection of the Interstate 394 and Highway 100 in St. Louis Park, Minnesota. Travel northeast through Golden Valley and across northern Minnesota before moving into Onondaga County. Damage was widespread across the path and caused damage to businesses and near the intersection of Interstate 394 and Highway 100. As across Highway 100, it began to damage numerous residents across Cedar Lake Road before moving into Theodore Wirth Park. The term moved across Wirth Park into the city of North Minneapolis between Glendale Avenue and 16th Avenue. Most of the damage at this point was EF0 and confined to downed trees and roof damage, restricted to an EF1 as it moved into North Minnesota. And then it sadly said a male was killed, sadly passed away after a tree fell on his car while he was driving in North Minneapolis. Anyway, that's the tornado documentary, the Joplin tornado and stuff. So don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and see you guys later.